Welcome, everybody. We're super excited to get you started here on our second webinar Wednesday. Today, we're going to talk about student life and all the supports that we have for you. And that includes student programming and some really exciting things. So we're going to have a time at the end where you can ask any questions that you might have. And hopefully that'll fill in all the blanks for you and help to calm those nerves a little bit about what to expect this upcoming year as a forester. Let's see. First of all, just a reminder, everyone is invited to download our guide for orientation. That is available to you now. There will be updates ongoing as the guide gets updated. So please be sure to check that out. You can scan this QR code to start your guide, and that app will also give you everything we're doing for the whole weekend for orientation. So that includes, well, literally everything. So if it also has a great page, I want you all to make sure once you download the app, please allow for push notifications and information sharing, because that gives us feedback on your participation in the new student orientation weekend. It will not share your information with anyone else, just with us for our own record keeping needs. Also, when you do, if you see this green arrow here, once you get the app going, go ahead and log into the getting started, and that's going to help you get started as far as your housing assignment, your application for that, your ID card, and all kinds of important things. It'll make move-in day a lot smoother if you can get that done. Okay, today we're going to be talking about the Student Life Office. The Student Life Office on campus is really your hub for life. So we're going to have some special people with us today that are going to chat with you about what kind of supports we offer and some of the things just offhand, commuter programming. So if you're a commuter, we can help you with that. We can help international students with all of their programming and also with all their international student needs. We have IDs here, parking passes. If life is difficult, if studies are difficult, pretty much if you eat, sleep, or want community and need help with anything, then you come to the Student Life Office. So literally anything that's non-academic. So we are here for you no matter what. Allie, do you have anything to add to that?
No, only that don't be afraid to walk into the offices. I think that everyone there is just so kind. I love even sometimes, I don't know if they love this as much as I do, but I like just going in and saying hi to a lot of them. But they're all just so kind and they all just want to help you. So such a great place to be able to, especially find community. I think that that was something that really helped me a lot.
Great, thank you so much. And we do, you know what, we kind of like students kind of a lot. That's kind of why we are in student life. So please do not be shy to come on in and say hello. We are located in the hub and we're right next to Starbucks. So if you've been eyeing Starbucks and missed our office, just take a step back and come on in the door there. So the first person that I would like to introduce you to is our Dean of Student Services. This is Martha Smith, and she is our licensed mental health counselor. And I will let her, I'm going to roll over to the side, and Martha's just going to jump right in here and share with you what she does here.
Hello, my name is Martha, as Anita had shared with you. And just to let you know a little bit about counseling and career services. In counseling, personal counseling, I just want to let you know that our services are free and they're confidential unless it's harm to self or others. And so sometimes it's the first time that maybe students are able to get an opportunity to just kind of share with somebody, kind of maybe unload maybe their homesick. It could be they're missing their girlfriend or boyfriend, missing family. They can come in and talk about anything with me when it comes to counseling services. So want to let you know that. And also I do career counseling. So oftentimes when students come into college for the very first time, they may have their major, and then all of a sudden they may start thinking about things very differently, and that's okay. So don't be surprised if they come home and say, Mom and Dad, I'm gonna change my major. And so that's okay. So what I can do is I can help them kind of work through that process, kind of help them where they're at. What are some things that some questions that they might have? Yeah, and we can kind of work through some classes and maybe go through some assessments and just spend time in trying to figure out what life looks like in the academics, in the academic world, and how a major is formulated and things like that. So career counseling is probably my specialty throughout the counseling field. Just to let you know a little bit more about career services. So we are also, or maybe, I don't know, Nita, do you want to talk about internships or?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Or you want to talk about career services first?
Sure.
Okay.
Hey, so career services, we have an opportunity to kind of help our students, whatever that might look like. If it's helping our students to have a good resume, a cover letter. We know that students are coming in for a variety of reasons, but primarily they're thinking about what that looks like at the end of, 3 or 4 years after graduation. And so that's my role. My role is to help them to get a job. And so whatever that looks like, if it's helping them with mock interviews, if it's helping them, again, resume, cover letters, anything that we can do to help them, if that's oftentimes what I do is I help them with getting information out to them, whether it be with a career fair. I'll forward that information on to them. We also have a page where they can go in and they have some resources through our Moodle, and that's on the platform or the portal that they can get that as well. So internships, I'll let Anita drum roll.
Okay, thanks for hanging in there with us, you guys. We also offer experiential learning, so I am happy to work with you and we can figure out what could we do? Could we do a job shadow? Could we do an internship? Let's get you some practical experience where you get to apply what you learn in class actually in the real world. So if I can help you in any way to do that, a couple of things me and my assistant do is we run mock interviews. We also do coaching with you. So if you want to come in and kind of coach through like, I'm applying for this position, I don't know what to do, then we can coach you through that. We can coach you through some good questions to ask and just really help prepare you for that next step. So whether it's experiential learning or the paperwork that goes with applying for jobs, or if it's just, I'm not sure if this is the job for me or the major for me. Martha and I are both here for you, and we just kind of tag team on that. So we both love supporting students in that. And it's super important because you're investing in college for a reason. And mostly that's to launch your career. So we're here to help you do that. Okay. Anything else, Martha, on careers?
Not that I can think of right now.
Okay. All right. Allie, how are you doing? Do you want to tell them a little bit about your internship experience?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'd love to. So for the past year, I was an intern at the ABC affiliate in Fort Wayne, 21 Alive, and I was able to be an on-air news reporter, which was super fun. I loved doing that. So I had that for the summer, and then since Huntington is so close to Fort Wayne, I was able to do that throughout the school year as well. And then fingers crossed, they take me back, but it sounds like they will for in the fall. I'll be able to do that again. And then right now, I'm actually in Sandusky and an intern at Cedar Point. So doing like PR, marketing, stuff like that. So the other side of the film TV pathway. But what's really nice about Huntington is that they have a lot of connections to a lot of different places in Fort Wayne. So it's only a hop, skip, and a jump away. So being able to go to Fort Wayne and have all those different experiences, I think especially the 21 Alive one has really set me up for success. And I got that through Huntington.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing. So you can see we're super invested in our students while they're living here and taking classes, whether they're just getting started like you will be soon, or if you're ready to launch a career. So we're all here for you. Next in our experts here is Destiny Copeland Rowe. And I will let you, Destiny, tell them about what you do here.
Hello, everyone. My name is Destiny Copeland Roll, like Anita just mentioned. And my role is I really have a fun job. I'm in charge of all of student programming and multicultural programming as well. And I'm also an RD, so I'm a resident director of Livingston Hall and Meadows. So looking forward to meeting new students. But I'll just kind of be talking about some of the programming that I take care of. So I'll be passing the baton actually to Allie, but she's going to be talking about our student activities board. So I'll pass it to Allie.
Okay, so yes, like Destiny said, I'm Allie. I'm the student director of student programming, and I am so excited to be able to talk about this. This is like my favorite thing to talk about ever. So I'm just going to kind of run through what a couple of the things that the student activities board does. Basically, we just do all the fun things that you'd see on campus. So a few of the things would be my personal favorite. I put it at the top for a reason. Hoedown. That's at the beginning of the school year where we do line dancing. There's a mechanical bull. We have caramel apples, all sorts of fun things in front of the hub where we're able to kind of, if you're into country music or Western stuff, that's going to be for you. We also do something called the Hullabaloo, which is at the beginning of the year, which is just a big like backyard bash. Last year we had slip and slide kickball, which was a lot of fun because it was super hot out. So that was perfect for everyone. So being able to do that at the beginning of the year. We also had something called Olympiad, which if any of you guys were at Finally Foresters, that's the mini Olympiad that you guys did. And this is the big deal where it's a whole weekend where we just do a lot of different activities. As you can see, we have synchronized swimming, volleyball, we have like trivia stuff. We have something for everybody, Mario Kart, so everybody can get involved with that. And then we also do the silent disco, which I'm sure you or a lot of your guys' kids have seen this all over TikTok. It's where you wear headphones and then everybody's dancing. And from an outside perspective, it looks really, really awkward and weird. But when you have the headphones on, it's really fun and cool. And then we do the Christmas party, which is towards the end of the first semester, where it's just a big like community get together where we have cookies and we paint and have hot chocolate and a Christmas raffle and all sorts of things that are really fun to get into the Christmas spirit. And then another big one that we do is coffee and bouquets, where we have all these flowers out on a table and everyone gets to make their own bouquets and their own lattes. And this is just a few of the things that we do. We also do some other events. If I could sit here for like an hour and talk about every single event that we do. But these were like the big ones that I wanted to make sure I hit on. But we try to do around 2 a month, just so that then you guys as freshmen that are coming in, you guys have those things where you guys are able to mingle with people and you guys have things to go to, because we want you guys to also, you know, get your academics and everything like that. But also we want your guys' 4 years here at Huntington to be super fun. So what I would recommend is, with my hat, I also run the HU Acts, which is our student activities board account on Instagram. But also with that, a lot of information with anything going on at Huntington is going to be through Acts. So any home games that are happening, any event, just anything like that that you guys would want to go to, that's all going to be posted to Acts. So with all of your information, you guys are going to want to be sure to follow that account HU Acts on Instagram, and then that'll get you guys hooked into everything that you guys would ever need to know about what's going on at Huntington.
Awesome. Thank you, Allie.
Mhm.
All right, moving on to more events. So we have the Multicultural Activities Council and the International Student Council. So both of these councils put on events. So specifically, the Multicultural Activities Council is putting on cultural events to celebrate different cultural heritages, and just bring awareness to campus. And we want everybody to come to these events. Along with International Student Council, we do a lot of events for international students, but we want to bring everybody along for the ride. So if you feel that you just want to learn about culture and just experience maybe like some good food, or just dancing, we have a lot of events, and I'll kind of talk about that in the next slide. But this is just some of the pictures. I just wanted you guys to kind of just see the fun that happens on campus. We do have a lot of fun events. So some of like the annual events that we have for MAC, we do MAC mornings. So that's on like Saturday mornings. We try to do them once a month. And then you can come in and actually try a different type of breakfast from a different type of country. We try our best with what we have here around, but those are just fun where we just come together. We have a MAC house, multicultural house. It's actually on campus that students can come just enjoy some good food. One time we did a European breakfast and it was just awesome. We had just some amazing like bread, teas, coffees, whatever you can think of. We just kind of come together and just enjoy that with each other. And then a Latino Fest, and this is for Hispanic Heritage Month. This is a fun event, and we have a Hispanic food truck come. We painted maracas, so there's like something for everybody. We have a dance instructor teaching different Hispanic dances like salsa. Yeah, so it's just really fun. So bring a friend when you come. The events are so fun. And then we have Soup and Scoop. That's for Indigenous People Month. We make a soup. Like me and the student team actually make a indigenous soup, which it's like a bunch of vegetables, and it's actually really good. So don't be scared to try it, and just reach out and kind of go outside the box and kind of just learn about a different culture, because we love teaching that and we learn ourselves. So it's awesome. And then we do this Christmas cookies event, and that's just kind of, an event to help out, with finals. We just want to give out cookies, and we still want to teach everybody about different cultures. So we do that. And then we have Soul Food Cafe for Black History Month, and that's a very, very popular event. We have a jazz band come, we have soul food, we just have a very good time, and we can just enjoy each other. And then our More Than a Dragon event that we host in April, it's for Asian Pacific Islander Month, which is in May, but we don't have school in May, so we do it in April. But that's just a fun event where we get to explore that culture and just learn, have fun. We brought in, we did henna tattoos, and we had a student do henna tattoos, which was really cool. So, yeah, and if you guys want to keep up with us, hu.mac is our Instagram. So you can see all the videos, all the pictures. You can kind of see the student team and kind of, what they do also. And then for our annual international student events, we have the welcome party. That's just at the beginning of the year, where we're right out at the pavilion, and we're like inviting people to play volleyball, eat some snacks, just kind of get to know each other. And we're just welcoming international students to campus. They come from all over, so it's just awesome to just get to know them. And then our annual Chicago trip. And this is specifically for international students. Sadly, it's not for everybody, but we really have a good time there, and we just get to explore downtown Chicago. It's a really fun time. So yeah, I really enjoyed that trip. And then our international student banquet. Guys, this is a really popular one as well. This is where our international students get to actually make their own special dish from their own country and bring it, and everyone kind of gets a taste. And this is for everyone. We want everyone to come to this event and just enjoy different dishes and stuff, maybe stuff that they've never even tried before that they grow to love. I know that's what happens to me. I'll try something, I'm like, oh yeah, this is it. Like, I need to have this. And then International Student Cookout. That's just kind of the end of the year kind of celebration where we're cooking out on the grill and we play games. This past year we played Name That Flag, which was really fun. So if you just want to have a good time and just learn something new, go outside the box, please come to our events. We'd love for you to join us. And if you also want to keep up with ISC, you can follow our Instagram, ISC_Huntington U. And then I'm gonna pass it to Anita. Rolling out.
Rolling out. Rolling in. Hey, we've got another great group of students that put on events called the Friesen Center for Service. The Friesen Center has service-oriented events. They can help you with where to volunteer, where you can give back to the community, work as a group to serve others. Actually, every new student will have opportunity to do this in our freshman plunge, which no, we're not throwing you into Lake Snow Tip. We are not doing that. We're going to plunge into service in the community. So it's a chance for us to get out to help our neighbors, and it's really great bonding experience, and often it's noted as the most popular part of orientation. So you might want to make sure you bring some tennis shoes and maybe some paint clothes for that orientation weekend. These are just some pictures from our volunteer fair, one of our work days that we had, and of course the plunge there in the corner. Katie's given us a thumbs up. So this would conclude as far as like the events. We do have some other important people on campus we want to tell you about though too. Destiny did not mention this, but she's actually one of our RDs. That's a resident director. That's I guess the head of the residence hall. And then we've got resident assistants. All the resident assistants are on the halls. In fact, why don't I just let you tell them about that? Would that be okay? Come on
That's
over,
really fine.
Destiny. Okay.
All right, guys, I'm back. So our RAs, our resident assistants, they serve as leaders on campus as well. So we have RAs on every floor. So they're doing programming, they're doing special events on the floor. They're like your mentors also. They're your peers to help you, adjust, especially like freshmen coming onto campus, just kind of learning their way. They're a great resource for that. And then we have our sojos, and they're also on each floor. They're our spiritual leaders. So they're discipling students, encouraging them, to seek out their faith and just help them on their faith journey, so they do an awesome job with that. And usually a lot of the RAs and sojos kind of work together with like on each floor and just to help, build community. So they're awesome. And then RDs, as one of my roles, the resident hall director, we're there to like supervise, but also, just help build that community as well and, oversee RAs. But like, if you have questions or there's this RD on duty number that you can actually call like in emergencies, or, maybe you're locked out of your dorm, you forget your key. Okay. Call the RD on duty. We'll be right there. RAs are always like around. So trying to get in contact with your RAs when you have issues like that. We're here to help you. And I want you to know that, along with campus police, and that's for emergencies as well. Or if you can't get a hold of the RD, the campus police, they can also help with like lockouts and things like that. And even like with traveling, like if you're feeling sick or not feeling well, you can always reach out to RA, RD. We can take you to the clinic, or if you need to go to the ER, that is something that we're there for those emergencies like that. So yeah, I think I covered it all, but if anybody else has anything to say.
I have one thing to say about campus police, and I'm only saying this because I know this helped me so much. Campus police, Kirsch specifically, will always help you with car issues. That was something when I was coming into school, I was very nervous about because I don't really know anything about car stuff. And he's helped me a few times with my car. I've only locked my keys out of my car twice in my 3 years here. But if any car stuff that you guys might be worried about, they're really great with that as well and helping with that.
Okay, great. Okay, it looks like we have come to the end of telling you about student life. So everything we've talked about is connected with student life here on campus. So the resource, the roots of all the supports are in our office here in the hub. So if you need anything again and you don't know where to go, you come to Student Life. So we're going to take your questions now. There is a chat box that you can do. Go ahead and put your questions in that chat box if you have any. I know we've given you a ton of information, but if you have any, please go ahead and put those in the chat now. Let me see too. If you have any questions, you can put those in there in the questions too. Ooh, the passphrase. This is the best question. This is great question. Thank you. So when you download the app, it's going to ask you for a passphrase. The passphrase is NSO 2025. NSO 2025. And the reason was because new student orientation 2025 in the year. So that's what it is. If that helps you to remember, it's NSO 2025. I don't think it matters if you have caps or lowercase. Also, on our app, I have posted a link to the first webinar we did. So you can actually, after you download the app, you will see the little like, it's a YouTube icon. You can push on that and it will take you to the webinar that we recorded last month. So you can see that. You can see that there through the app. Here's the next question. This is a good question too. Ali, I want your help with this one. Am I required to get Instagram? I don't do social media.
Yeah, I can answer that. So you don't have to get Instagram. We won't ever make you do social media if you're not comfortable with it. All of our events will also go through something called the coffee break, which is something that you'll get in your school email, and that'll have all the information. So you'll still be able to stay in the loop with everything. With a lot of our events, we also put them on flyers that will be in the hub, which you will be in all the time. So you'll definitely still be able to be in the know. So don't be too worried about being out of the loop. There's multiple ways that you'll be able to still stay in the know.
Another thing we have is we have a regular Huntington University app that you can download, and we can help you with that when you get on campus. And that has a calendar on it, and all our events are now listed on that calendar as well. So there's a couple places. Now that is, so as long as you can get online, we also like to do the old fashioned way and put some posters up. So we do tend to do that. We've got some monitors around campus too. We try to post events on the monitors as well.
Yep, plenty of places.
Yes, but you can always come to our office to Student Life. Woohoo! Come
Or
on
if
in.
you see me, ask me what's going on, and I'll know because of Instagram. So don't be
Yeah.
afraid to talk to me either.
Another resource you're going to have, which I forgot to put on the PowerPoint, is your new student mentor. So you will have a mentor. You can literally text anything like, "What's going on? I need chapel credit. How do I meet people? I'm struggling making friends." Anything you need with your mentor is going to be there the whole entire first semester. That's an upperclassman that has been specially screened and trained to help you through the first semester. So that's going to be a resource as well for you. Okay.
Main difference between the different dorms.
The dorms. Okay, so the freshmen are we did cover a lot of this. I believe there are connect, that is definitely a Quentin question. So I'm struggling a little bit.
I mean, I can answer like for general, like I know that stuff pretty well.
Okay, let's see if it helps.
Okay. So for the freshman dorms, you'll have for girls, your options will be Livingston, Hardy, or Roush. And Hardy and Livingston are pretty similar, where it's the hallway and then you have the communal bathroom that's separate from your bathroom. And then Roush is the one with the Jack and Jill bathroom, where it's also connected to a boy dorm. And then the boy dorms are Baker, which is connected to Roush, or Wright. And that's all, that's the only freshman one. Yes.
Right. Is
Right, and
connected
Baker. Sorry, the
to.
boys ones gets me a little, but it's only those two. And
That's good.
right. Right is like Livingston and Hardy, where it's just the hallway and then the communal bathrooms. And then Baker is a little different from Roush, where it's not necessarily a Jack and Jill bathroom, but you're in suites. And I think there's about 6 or 8 dorms in each suite. And all the floors have, well, the first floor has 3 suites, and then the other 2 have 4. And you all share a bathroom within that suite. So about 6, I think it's maybe 6 or 8 dorms in each suite.
Okay.
That answered your question for technicality.
You did a good job. We've all voted
Yeah.
here and we
Yeah.
decided you did a good job.
Right.
Good job. Also, you want to do your residence application, which you can access through the app or on our website, I believe, as well. You need to do that so you can get your room. And if you have more questions about residence and rooms and all that stuff, our webinar from last month covers all of that and the orientation. So please check that out. Okay. A mentor is like our TO.
TO.
TO. I'm not sure what that is.
Definition.
Yeah. So okay, roommates. When are roommates revealed? We can, do you guys know that?
I think Quentin right now is working on that.
Yeah,
Right.
Quentin actually has been coming up and down the hall saying, hey, do you know so-and-so? Was this a good match? So he is like the roommate genie. So if you don't have a roommate and you allow Quentin to find you a roommate, he's really good at that. He's very successful. He has actually a higher success rate than when people pick their own, which is very interesting. He's been a student life a long time. Roommates will be revealed, I imagine, soon because he's literally working on it this week. He's doing upperclassmen currently, and the sooner you get your application in, then the sooner he can start matching people up. You can also go in through Res Life. Now, do you know about that, Allie, where you can meet people in Res Life, in the Res Life? There's chat rooms in there that you can meet people. Do you know about that?
So you're kind of able to like make a profile. So you get to say some things about you, but also who you are as a roommate. If you go to bed early, if you like to wake up early, if you need to sleep in complete silence, stuff like that. So you're able to say all that, but then also just say like kind of what you're interested in, if you're interested in nature, movies, whatever it might be. And then you can kind of look and see, oh, this person, I think we would get along super well. I'll click on their profile and send them a message, see how we'd get along. So you're able to go through all of that within Res Life.
Okay, so get on there and kind of chit chat with people and see if you're a good match.
Yeah.
I have a guest just said that her daughter got her room assignment on Monday. So
I
great.
think it's slowly pushed out. I don't think it's all at once. Yeah,
It's one guy.
that'd be crazy.
It's just one guy, guys. We're a small but mighty team here and he's working hard. So, okay. Thank you for that answer.
TO meaning like our training officer.
Ooh, I like that. Yes, they are definitely like a training officer. So, Allie and I are in charge of mentors and they are going to be like, I don't want to talk to a staff member right about this question, but I want to ask a peer. That's your mentor. They're going to check with you on a weekly basis at least and say, hey, how you doing? And you can tell them like literally, hey, I haven't been out of my room except for class all week. And Can I just go to lunch with you? Yeah, just go to lunch with them. That's what they're there for. They're there to kind of mentor you through this first semester so you get your feet solid on the ground. Now, some of you, that might happen faster than others, and that's totally okay. We're all in process, right? So the mentor's there for you just to make sure that you are getting everything you need, the support, the connection that you need on campus to be successful, whatever that means for you.
Definitely kind of like a older sister, older brother, just looking out for you vibe, but not too much where they're like helicopter parenting you, but just kind of making sure that you're getting things done that you need to and that you feel comfortable and that you're finding that community at Huntington.
Yeah. That's their goal. So I hope that answers your question on that. But I like that, training officers. That's kind of a cool title.
And we have such good mentors this year. I'm so excited. Some
I
of
am-
like the greatest people ever we have mentoring. So
Yeah, we do. We have a lot of great students, but we picked the very best for you guys.
yes. So just imagine, my gosh.
All right. Well, it looks like we have gotten through most of the questions, but if anybody else has any questions, go ahead and put them in there. We would love to see. We'll take, let's just wait like another 2 minutes to see. Have you girls thought of anything else that you'd like to share with the students about student life?
Um,
Do you want to roll in? Hey, I can.
I'll roll in. Hi there again. Hey, we were talking about orientation, and one of the things that I just love to do is that I get to be a faculty leader, and I'll have a student leader. And Allie was actually we paired up together, and she was my student, and then I was the faculty member. And it's just a great time to get to know like 10 to 12 students, to kind of get to know them really well and to help them get maybe just some goods, get their feet grounded in academics, and encourage them. And so just to help them to get acclimated. That's one thing I have loved about being a faculty leader for orientation. So,
Yeah.
okay, I'll swing her back here to Anita.
Deadline for housing. Let's see.
It fills up. I would deadline for housing. You know, if someone enrolled a week before we started school, we could probably help them. But I'm going to say, if it was me, I would like to have my housing application completely done probably by the end of this month. The more time you give Quentin to put people together, the better. I hope that answers your question. If not, then definitely let me know. Want to advance my slide here. Okay. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
All right. So this is Norm, and he is our mascot, and he is also who is going to welcome you to orientation. So this orientation is a weekend event. Just remember, please don't make a family vacation time. Please do not say to your boss that you can work that weekend, because they're going to want you to. You know they will. So use your QR code. This is the QR code to register for orientation. If you're struggling with getting the app or you can't get that downloaded, you can scan this QR code right here, and you can set your time for move-in and sign up for that. And then we'll help you once you get here to get the app. So again, this is the place where you actually choose what time you want to move in on the 21st. And so you can use that. That's also available in the app. Okay, any last comments or anything? Okay, sounds great. Thank you so much for joining us. We cannot wait to see you all. We miss having students here desperately. So, all right. Have a great summer. Any last comments, Allie?
Nope, just excited for orientation.
All right. See you later. Bye.
Bye. Bye.